Hey, this is Joe and Tom from Drunken with the Sun.
Another funky funk, drunk episode coming to you courtesy of Drunken with the Sun.
And then your life's work could have been ahead of you.
Tom and Joe from Drunken with the Sun.
Join us every week on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify.
Yeah. Podcast that's about anything and everything under the sun.
Check it out.
Joe's drunk.
Yeah, we both are fucking drunk.
Stop it. Right?
All right,
Let's
yeah.
do that first.
All right.
Alright, so what up, y'all? This is Drunken with the Sun with Joe and Tom. Some of our intros may be fucked up lately, but whatever. So tonight, what we want to do is talk about, there's a lot of political shit going on anyways around the air now. It's going to be happening as soon as when the show airs too, because there's election season, people. But we figured, there's a lot of historical figures throughout history.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what consists of a historical figure, to me, is somebody that you remember who's from the past. It doesn't matter if they contributed or took away from society.
Oh, yeah.
It's someone that you remember, and it's someone that you admire. If it's favorites, it's either A, you admired them, or you hated them so much they just always stuck in your brain.
Yeah, there's something about them stuck with you. Yeah.
Something. So, with that being said, do you have any historical favorites?
Oh, yeah, I have all kinds of historical favorites. Earliest one, I like to go back to the 4th grade. And earliest ones were Native Americans and cowboys and Indians. And that whole thing really drew me in. I don't know why. Maybe it's American history. But I've liked Wyatt Earp, Billy the Kid, all those guys. It was just so fascinating because, in today's society, you don't just walk around with guns and shoot people and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, but in their defense, they didn't need it. Yeah. Like, they just walked around with guns and stuff for their own protection. Yeah. And Wyatt Earp was a marshal, turned to be a marshal. Yeah. And most fights he got into as a marshal and prior were self-defense. Yeah. Now, Billy the Kid was somebody who the system was against him. Yeah. And he said, fuck the system, and he fought back. Yeah. Yeah, and then, just all those people, but on both sides at the same time, because, you had Sitting Bull, and you had Ohio Indians with blue jackets. Oh! I knew it. See, when you said Native Americans, I was like, I hope he brings up Blue Jacket. This Blue Jacket is so dope. Blue Jacket is one of my favorite historical figures, too. Yeah. And the reasoning that I like him might be the same reason Joe likes him. And why is that?
Well, one of the biggest reasons is because he's here in Ohio.
He's from Ohio.
But I believe the story goes that he was kidnapped and raised by Indians. He wasn't actually a Native American.
Exactly. He was a white boy.
And that was...
It was a white boy who got in a raiding party got taken. Yeah. Because there's a lot of natives, East and Western, did that. Yeah. And usually the white boys liked being, or the white girls, liked being with the natives more than they liked with the white people.
Yeah, and
that's what Blue Jacket was.
Exactly. And that's why it fascinated me. I was like, wow, shit, he, got with these Indians and it was really cool. Yeah. But then he fought with them and for them and shit like that. Yeah. And Tecumseh, he was
his brother, wasn't he? His half brother, some shit.
Something. I don't know if that's what, but he was from the area. They fought for Indians, all that shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think he was adopted in the. I know he was a Shawnee, so he was adopted in Tecumseh's tribe. Yeah. Because they were Shawnee. Yeah. But I think he was Tecumseh's half brother. And then what's crazy about Blue Jacket was he became a medicine man. Didn't he grow up to be a medicine man?
I think something like that.
I believe so. I believe he became a medicine man, and because in the culture, and that's what made him so special. One, I always thought he was cool because he was adopted by him. Yeah. Because he was adopted. Well, he was kidnapped. Yeah. But adopted to grow up to be one of theirs. Yeah. Because a lot of times when that happened, they were doing it out of they lost a kid or so they needed. But yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure he became a shaman. He was a medicine man.
It sounds familiar. It sounds like something we may have heard at least together.
I'm gonna put it across the screen if I'm right or not.
Yeah, we'll do
that. So in this area, we'll probably be Blue Jacket.
Yeah. Are we gonna pull a picture from the outdoor drama?
Oh yeah. Joe went to the outdoor drama.
I did.
That's in Ohio. Yeah. But see, I haven't been to either of those because Blue Jacket was one of my favorite natives. Same with Tecumseh, though. You mentioned him already. Tecumseh was a fierce warrior.
Oh yeah.
He fought in some battles, and he's from Ohio, and he did his thing.
Yeah.
He was Sitting Bull. I liked a lot. You know, a native you left out that is very popular, and I liked him too. Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
Crazy Horse was a bad motherfucker. See, Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull were the Sioux. The Lakota is what the Sioux are. Now the Sioux are called the Sioux because the enemies of the Lakota called them the Sioux. So the white people took the native term Sioux because Sioux is a native tongue, but that's because the enemies of the Lakotas, like the Apaches, the fucking all these other fucking tribes, that's what they called them. Because the Lakota is a powerful nation.
Yeah.
And that's where Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull come out of.
Yeah.
Is the Sioux.
Yes.
That is a fact. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
And
you got one.
Yeah, that's got one. Yeah, those are interesting times. But there's other times, other historical figures that I really find interesting. And one of the biggest ones is one that nobody can really tell if he's real or if he's mythology. And that is King Arthur.
Oh, yeah.
King Arthur and Robin Hood.
Yeah. Both
Both of those are historical figures that I love.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both thought of to be possibly mythological.
Yeah.
They are believed to be a combination of different
Yes.
people in those times.
Yeah.
Which is interesting as fuck to me. Because it's like, oh my God, how many people, how many people were oppressed that they became Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Or King Arthur? How many knights and kings fought to become King Arthur, right? Like, how does that happen? How does a king, King Arthur was a king, how does he become mythology? Yeah. It's always fascinating.
That is pretty good.
I mean, it's a crazy story anyways.
Yeah, it is a crazy story, and there's a lot of magic and stuff.
Merlin was his right-hand man.
Yeah.
And his other right-hand man, Sir Lancelot, who betrayed him.
Yeah.
To take his girl.
Yeah.
What was her name? Mary. Mary was Robin Hood.
Yeah. Not Maid Marian.
That was Robin Hood.
Yeah.
What was his girl's name?
I forget his girl's name. We can put it on the screen.
Yeah. But those are fucking characters that just are pretty cool as fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know why I didn't gravitate towards the medieval type stuff.
Really?
Most of my stuff is more modern.
Like who else?
Like Abraham Lincoln.
Ooh.
Like he's pretty badass. I mean, Emancipation Proclamation. We already talked about some of its flaws.
Yeah, but again, but we did talk about he freed slaves.
He freed slaves, and I mean the whole war was basically about the South breaking away into be another country.
Yeah,
they just tossed slavery into it to help them.
Well, see, that whole stems. I mean, it stems from slavery because the abolitionists were trying to boycott anything that the South was trying to sell and make profit of, and pass bills that would prohibit the South from profiting and would make them have more regulations than the North. Yeah. Because of slavery. Yeah. With the South said that's fucked up. Which is fucked up, right?
I mean, the whole thing's fucked up.
It's all fucked up. Slavery's fucked up, right? But it's also fucked up if people are blocking you kind of illegally, in a way, and then you're like, okay, I don't want to be a part of this no more. So they try to secede because of that. Yeah. So it stems off of that. Yeah. It stems off of them thinking that they're free. Yeah. But they're trying to hold people. See, I never understood slavery to begin with. Why in a country that you revolutionized to be free from? Yeah. How could you have anything be okay to have slavery?
I know, right?
I never understood that.
I don't either.
And still to this day, I don't. That's why I hate the Civil War, and I would never have a rebel flag on me or my person, because fuck the rebel flag. Yeah. Because one, it killed a lot of killed a lot of Americans. Yeah. And it killed a lot of humans. Yeah. And fucking the rebel flag wanted to fucking keep slaves. Like, what the fuck? You know? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make. It's never made sense to me in that same sense. But also with the Constitution, all men are created equal type shit.
Right. So how can we have slaves?
Yeah.
If we're all created equal.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is about historical figures.
Anyways, but beyond that, like with like Abraham Lincoln was a big one, but I like all those characters in the Civil War too. And I know you said fuck the Civil War, but I find it fascinating. It's one of my most fascinating times.
I get it, and I'm fascinated by Johnny fucking Appleseed. That always blew my mind. Like, why does Johnny Appleseed go on the... And I still don't know this day why Johnny Appleseed went on a voyage across America to plant apple trees. Why did he taste an apple so much and go, every state must have 1,000 of these. Let's plant some trees. And then like, why are you planting apple trees, Johnny? Don't you know we can have apple pie? We can have apple wine. We can have apple sauce. We can have apple slices. We can have apple apricot. We can have apple dried apples. He's like Forrest Gump in this bitch.
Yeah.
He's like Bubba and Forrest Gump. Johnny Appleseed just like apples this, apples that. And someone's like, what about oranges? It's like, what about those apples? That's what Johnny Appleseed says. Every time he leaves a place, you're like, hey Johnny, what's up? He's like, what about those apples? He's like, how about them oranges? What about those apples? So, Johnny Appleseed's just a fascinating. And what's more fascinating and more bizarre about Johnny Appleseed is he put a fucking pan on his head. Or a pot. It was a pot. It was a pot. He put a pot on his head. Why? He's like, why would you put a pot on your head? Why don't you just carry it around? He's like, no, I gotta put it on my head.
Well, it's easier. You freeze up your hands.
So every time he eats, he's like, oh, got some more hair. What the fuck? Take your hair out. Stop wearing it as a hat, Johnny. I mean, did it protect him from apples?
Maybe.
Did it, like, all the apples are hitting Johnny Appleseed, like, ting, 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 ting. He's like, what is this? I gotta put a fucking... I'm gonna put a pot on my head. Yeah. Fucking Johnny Appleseed. That motherfucker. I always was fascinated with him. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, do you know more about him than that?
No.
Nobody does. He planted apples and wore a fucking pot on his head.
That's true. But him and Paul Bunyan are buddies, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but Paul Bunyan was a tall tale. So he was something. See, Paul Bunyan was something that Johnny Appleseed told the people. Johnny Appleseed went to people, and they were like, hey, man, why you got the pot in your head? He's like, well, I seen Paul Bunyan the other day, and this ox shit on my head. So I put this bucket in this pan here. It was great. Because Paul Bunyan was not real. He was American myth. Whereas Johnny Appleseed was real. It was fucked up. I wonder also, maybe the natives are probably sitting there watching Johnny Appleseed walk around. He's like, do-do-do-do, throwing apple seeds around, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, just like with this pot in his head. He's just throwing shit, right? And the natives are all like, look at this crazy-ass white boy. You see this shit? Shitting cat? Shitting cat's like, I do, dog who pisses a lot. And they're like, this crazy-ass white boy. Doo-doo-doo. He's eating apples, like,
oh, Jesus.
Like, what else about Johnny Appleseed do we know?
I don't know. I'm sure that's a lot. I'm sure we can put a lot of facts on the bottom.
And there's probably a reason for all this shit. It's like, during this war, Johnny Appleseed slaughtered so many people. He was a warrior.
But speaking of warriors, from semi-Johnny Appleseed time, I always was fascinated with Daniel Boone and David Crockett.
Ooh, yes.
David Crockett, he killed a bear when he was...
Yeah, but those are real heroes.
I know.
They didn't just plant apple seeds, son. They planted bullets in your head.
Well...
And coonskin caps.
I think that's why I like the Alamo story. Because they were both involved.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So...
They both... And they were fucking... I mean, they were going down.
Yeah.
They were like, we're gonna die! And Daniel's like, get your fucking cat skin hat together. He's like, it's a raccoon, goddammit. Whatever.
Yeah. But I always liked him.
Danny Boone was dope. Now, you know who else was dope in that era? Bowie.
Oh, yeah. I only
Bowie
know
was in the Alamo, too, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I think he was.
I love his knives.
Yes, nice.
Yeah. Those are nice. That's the only thing I know about him. Is he had one of those or something?
Yeah, but
like
I think he fought an Alamo too, bro. I think he did. I think all three of them did.
They might have.
I don't know. If we did, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, you might see. You might have to cut it all. Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh shit.
But those are good. Those are good historical figures. Now, from the present, who would you say is a good
present? Like how close to the present?
Anywhere from 1920s to present.
Okay. Well, that's easy. Well, at least for me, like, the only two that... there's only a couple that stand out that are... Well, now that I think of it, there's a lot more. But...
There's a lot. Especially in that time frame.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a ton. I would have to see... The first one that comes out is Martin Luthor King.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's one of the biggest...
Fuck yeah, dude.
Just... I don't...
Dr. King was the shit.
Oh, yeah. And everybody knows what he did. So, it's kind of shitty how he went out, but... That's people trying to, keep us separated type deal.
That's what that was. And you know what? And they had a legitimate fucking beef.
Yeah.
Like, they were in a civilized area where they could not drink the same water as someone else. It's fucking absurd. That's absurd. Yeah. And that was just recent. That's not that long ago.
That's recent history.
64 was when it was released.
Right. Yeah.
With the civil rights shit.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't allowed to fucking vote or anything until 64.
Yeah.
Fuck!
And that wasn't that long ago. That's within 100 years. Mm-hmm. That's like, I don't know the math right now, but I can
60, 70, 80, 90, 2004, 2014, 2024 will be 60. So 56 years.
That's
about
it.
56 years.
As long as
that ain't shit.
Yeah.
So as long as someone's grandfather's been alive, they saw legit racism.
Oh yeah.
Where they couldn't even drink a fountain. That they couldn't even sit in the same seat on a bus.
No.
As someone else. That's fucked up.
Yeah. So from that time frame.
That's a fucking crazy time frame. Dr. King,
Malcolm
X.
Oh yeah.
Fucking crazy.
So from that same gap, what about you?
20s to 2000s now? I would say Lucky Luciano is one of my favorite peoples. Lucky Luciano, if you don't know, was a person who created, basically... So the Italian Mafia was already in America.
Yeah.
Lucky Luciano saw it as being a lose-lose situation. If they fought amongst each other, they should fucking all come together as one unified family. So they became the La Cosa Nostra of America, which was all the 5 boroughs of the family. So he had all these crime families come together as one. Lucky Luciano was the one who brought them together. So under Lucky Luciano's tutelage was Carlos Gambino. Carlo Gambino is probably my favorite mobster of all time.
Oh, yeah?
All time. The reason I say that... Oh, have you watched anything about it?
Yeah, I've watched a little bit about how it all started. They had a really good documentary show on a streaming service.
Nice.
But anyways, continue. I don't have anything to add. It was just that I've heard of it, guys.
Carlos Gambino was under... He studied under Lucky Luciano. Lucky Luciano gave him his own family once he proved himself. So Carlos fucking through the years was a boss. He was a boss of his own. He started off like all fucking mobsters. They have little cliques. They have their crews, and then they expand from that because each crew member has another. And you're the boss. The Gambino crime family was the biggest crime family in the 5 families that were in New York as La Cosa Nostra for the longest time until John Gotti ruined all that shit. Right? Like straight up. But Carlo Gambino, like when he became a mob boss, he never went to jail. He died out of prison of natural causes. Now every other mob boss, if they weren't whacked, like Carmine, no, not Galante. Yeah, was it Galante? I think I can't remember. I think it was Carmine Galante. I think it was Carmine Galante got gunned down. It's a famous fucking... I'll have it over here. And if it ain't Carmine, I'll let you know. Anyways, but Persico and all these other mob bosses all died when they were locked up.
Yeah.
Not Carlo Gambino.
That's pretty impressive.
He was very impressive. Because he lived a different... Like, he wasn't like the movie. You know, he lived a quiet life. You have no idea he was a mob boss.
Yeah.
That he could order your death at any moment. But fucking crazy. Yeah, he was one of my favorite historical figures in that time frame. I
got a good one. One that I know the story to. All right. If you haven't noticed, I have another show, Sleeping Cemeteries.
Oh, shit.
So, during the first episode, I find my fourth great-grandfather. Now, learning about this guy, he's a bad motherfucker.
Really?
He was born in Germany. He was living in the Napoleon era. He got drafted when Napoleon took over his part of Germany.
Are you for real?
Fought in Napoleon's army, became a captain, and this is a badass story right here. So, okay, supposedly, at the end of one of these battles...
My mind's blown right now.
At the end of one of these battles, right, he's with this dude. Dude reaches out his hand like he's going to shake it. Well, my grandfather reached for it. Dude pulled a sword on him and, like, tried to kill him.
Oh, shit.
Fucked his arm up. Fucked my grandfather's arm up. But he was able to kill this guy, right? He makes it back to his company. And they were like, what did you do? He said, I cut him down as a weed. That's a bad motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
So
let me ask you one thing there, Joe. How the fuck did that bad motherfucker not be you? And Joe is totally not that guy.
I know.
That dude sounds bad as fuck.
I mean,
he's like, I cut him down like a weed. Wait a minute. Is your arm okay? Did you not listen to what I just said? I cut his bitch ass down.
That's him right there, folks. Jeez. Badass. From Germany. He lived until he's 85. 85 years old. And he told stories about, like, fleeing Moscow after they lost and crossing the fucking, this icy river and shit, and how a bunch of them fucking died and everything. It's a wild story. So, yeah.
Is he still alive?
No. No, Tom.
No? Oh. I was like, I want to have him on the show.
No, Napoleon was like early 1800s.
I know, that's what blew my mind away. It's like your grandfather did that?
No, great.
You know what my grandfather did?
Great-grandfather.
Oh, great-grandfather. Okay. Oh, fourth one.
Yeah, fourth.
Oh, shit.
That's a
long time ago.
Long time.
I cannot trace my family to that far back. I can barely trace it back past my grandfather.
Well, I've been using Ancestry, so.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. But that's dope, dude. It sounds like your ancestors were bad.
At least that one. The one I get my last name from. But I know where he used to live.
You know why you get that? Now I understand why he gets it. Because this is why. His fourth generation grandfather was probably called Miller. And then when he told that story and he showed up from that war, he showed back from that war and told that story, and they're like, damn, I wish I could be like Miller. And they got the name B. Miller. They were like, you know what you need to be? B. Miller. Because that motherfucker, Jesus. That could be legit. Like I'm onto something here.
Thanks, Tom.
Just doing my part.
Oh shit! But as far as that
sounds fucking right though. B. Miller. Miller, what happened to you? I sliced it down like a weed. That'd be your arm. Fuck that arm. Like you guys need to be like Miller. See what happened? Did you guys hear what happened? He said he chopped down like a weed. His arm wasn't shit. You guys need to be like Miller. All these guys coming here with like hangnails. They got like hangnails and like little fucking pimples on her nose. Like, can you help me out? I was like, you need to be like Miller. His arm is falling off. That's a bad motherfucker. I think this was I think this was historical figures.
All right. Well, we're over there.
Tecumseh. I don't need another beer. Anyways.
All right. Well, we're gonna open this one. I got this beer tasting for us.
That's what I've been forgetting to do every episode with beer testing.
No, he's fine. This one is called Big Secret Pizza Party. I don't know why. It's from Voodoo Brewing Company, Pennsylvania. Don't know how much alcohol.
Probably 7%.
7.9.
Ooh, I was right.
Here we go. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna drink some water real quick.
I thought you said drink some pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Drink some pizza real quick. I'm like, how the fuck you drinking pizza?
All right, here we go. Huh? No. What the fuck is this supposed to be? Oh, okay. IPA.
Fucking IPAs.
Yeah, I don't. Nope. It gets worse. I can't do that one. I'm gonna no.
I told him he should have bought more beer at the drive-thru. It smells like shit. It smells like shit again.
It's a little bitter. It might be because it's a little bit warm.
Kind of tastes like fucking apple juice, not like apple juice, but like a
cider,
like a pineapple drink.
I don't know.
That's what it kind of tastes like to me.
You think so?
I think so.
So do you like it?
I kind of do. I don't want to drink it all because now I got a funky ass aftertaste. But it kind of tastes like a cider, not like a cider, but like an orange juice-y type deal.
I see what you're saying there, but the flavor is way too intense for me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'd rather stick with my Natty Daddies.
All right.
That thing tastes like shit.
So no for you too?
No, I mean, I don't know. I think
it's no for me. I couldn't drink this.
I would say meh. Meh. I would go not a no and not a yes. A meh. And meh.
I can arrange that. But all right, yeah. Again, this was Big Secret Pizza Party.
And nobody cares about a pizza party.
Voodoo Brewing.
Pizza.
Yeah, that'd be
good.
great. But anyways, folks, it was a drop it for both of us, I believe. Oh no, a meh and a drop it. So, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Peace, y'all.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to Drunken the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
And thank you all for subscribing and liking from Drunken the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun.
So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. We're posting new shit every week.
See ya.